going to study this week Parashat Ki Tavo. Parashat Ki Tavo comes towards the end of Sefer Dvarim. It is parallel, I think, to the Parashat of Bechukotai that comes towards the end of Sefer Vayikra. Sefer Vayikra is an extension of what happens towards the end of Sefer Shemot, i.e. Kabbalat HaTorah, the receiving of the Torah. And as we reach the end of Sefer Vayikra and Parashat Bechukotai, we have a closing covenant, a Brit, that seems to sum up Torah Yisrael. It seems significant to me that when we come to the end of the book of Devarim, we have a similar parasha with a covenant that seems to be in preparation of entering Eretz Yisrael. So we have a parallel here, if you note. We have a covenant that we make with God after receiving the Torah, and we have a covenant that we make with God before entering the land of Israel. We have two principles here. We are Am Yisrael, we have Torah Yisrael, the Torah, and we have Eretz Yisrael. After we receive the Torah, we have a covenant with God, and before entering the land of Israel, we have a covenant with God. Three pillars as such: Am Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael, and Torah Yisrael. The people need a way to live, they need a Torah, but we also need a land to live in and a land within to keep that Torah. Interestingly enough, also in this week's Parsha, at the beginning of chapter 29, Moshe Rabbeinu speaks to the people, and he says to the people, "You have seen all the wonders that God performed in Egypt, all the wonders that he performed for Am Yisrael over the last 40 years, or for however long, the manna in the desert, the Miriam's well with the fresh water. And these things should enable you, or at least help you, to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to believe that God is with you. Even when you go to work the land, even when you're working within nature and you're not living supernaturally with miracles or overt miracles, you should be able to remember by the things that have happened to you that God is with you." I think it's very pertinent to us, those of us who are living in Israel and those of us who are watching the news, should also be aware of what has happened over the last 70 years. We are celebrating this year 70 years of Israel. Be aware of the miracles that have happened to us. You know, when we finished the Second World War, we were a decimated people. We were a people with no future. 2/3 of the greatness of our people had been destroyed, and 1/3 physically of the people had been taken away. And now, 70 years later, we have a land, we have Jerusalem, our capital, we have a Jewish army and a Jewish government. And when we look at these things, it ought to help us to strengthen our covenant with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki Tavo el haaretz. So we've come back to the land once again after 2,000 years, and we've renewed our Brit with God. The Brit of Torah with God we've always had, but now we have also this Brit of Eretz Yisrael has returned to us, so that we can continue to live in the area of Am Yisrael, in Eretz Yisrael, al pi Torah Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom.